Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
A Southeast Kansas native says hard work on the farm prepared him for the military.
Photojournalist Nick Kiefer and Gwen Bevel share why he chose the Navy.
Dean Stine says he signed up with some of his high school buddies for the branch because they didn't want to be drafted to the Army.
We've probably known each other since grade school.
The Stine's love story goes back many years, as do the memories of war for Dean Stine.
I was on a destroyer.
They were off the coast of Korea.
It was right on the 38th parallel, which is now the DMZ.
The sailors were bombing the shore at night.
North Koreans didn't have radar that they could pick us up at night, so they couldn't fire at us.
The enemy did have mines planted everywhere.
A mine would blow a hole in the side of a destroyer.
Stine worked in sonar.
We could detect those mines, and we could see a mine blip, and sometimes we'd come real close to them.
He says thankfully they always navigated around the mines and they dodged a lot of enemy fire along the way.
Koreans would fire at us, so the battleships could tell where they were and then shoot back at them.
He says they also escorted carriers that were making bombing runs and picked up pilots who had to bail.
Once in a while, one of them would come back with their plane and be shot up to where they couldn't land on the carrier.
Stine spent most of his time on the USS Shields.
It was a war zone.
After the war, he finished up his stint in service on the USS Henderson.
The last time I got back from overseas, Marlene was standing on the dock hollering at me. And I took her to the hospital, and our daughter was born.
The Stines have made a lot of family memories in the last 69 years, and all these decades later, Dean is still thankful for his Navy days.
I was glad I was able to serve my country.
When Stine enlisted, he went with 3 other boys. 2 of them were stationed on the same destroyer as Stine. The third, Wayne Hiddle, Stine's brother-in-law and high school classmate, never made it home. He was one of the nearly 40,000 Americans killed during the Korean War. Here for you, Gwen Bevel, KSN News 3.
On behalf of Devon James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to recognize this week's veteran, Dean Stine. Mr. Stine, thank you so much for your service to our country.
I appreciate the recognition, and I would like to do this in honor of my brother-in-law, Wayne Hiddle, who was a Navy jet pilot killed during the Korean conflict.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.